So it was back to the comic shows. Clifton Comic Show. It happens every month. I went. I picked up a few comic books. This is only half of it. Let's take a look at what I picked up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hey there, comic book community. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, like, comment, subscribe. We're nearing 4,000 subscribers, and we're going to be doing a big 4,000 subscriber giveaway very soon. Probably this week I will have the details of what's coming up in that giveaway established. We are also, you can follow me on the other socials. I'm at Bronzeville_Comics on Instagram, Bronzeville_Comics on Whatnot. We do sales on Whatnot every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you have not yet signed up for Whatnot, you can sign it up using the link in the description of this video, and you'll get $10 off your first purchase, whether it's with me or somebody else. Also, in the description is my email, my eBay store link, and let's get to it. So, the Clifton Comic Show, during the winter, the location where it usually is, the local community center, was used as a warming center. So they found another location, which I think people liked a little bit better, a little more wide open, at an early learning center. Basically a school that, it was probably an elementary school when it was first built and was converted to an early childhood, I don't know, preschool, whatever it is. But they were back in the old location, the old familiar location this time around. And let's take a quick look at what that looked like.
You find that liberating?
I do want that amazing Spider-Man books and some spectacular Spider-Man books. I'm going to get that. The way that
that one I know. Now I love Hello, Bronzeville Comics. Say hi, Bronzeville Comics.
I gotta go see if I can find anything else.
Thank you. Everything's $1, except for the lined ones was $3. How you doing?
Good. You got it. So you got a bit of an idea of what was going on. I did not buy any wall books. I took a look, but I was trying to I was trying to be a little conservative in my buying and not buy a lot, but then, you know, something happened and I bought a lot. And so there's a guy that's usually there. I haven't seen him at the new location, but he's usually set up in the same place here. And he has silver and bronze books, $3 a book. And by the time I get there, it had been picked over, but there was still plenty of good stuff. I picked up a couple of Hawkmans, need these for the personal collection. So, yeah, Silver Age Hawkman, can't go wrong with that. A Batman 80 pager, 203. I mean, yeah, it's missing a chip out of the corner, but still, Batman 203. A Silver Age Flash book. And two, I'm not sure if I need these. They're lower grade, but still, two Justice League of America 24 and 25 for $3 a piece. As Erod says, how can you leave that behind? So I grabbed those. I'm not sure if I have 24 or not. I really have to catalog my stuff. And then I picked up, they had a whole bunch of Tarzan 100 pagers. I'm not sure if I have all of these. I don't think I do, but now I do. I think those are all the Tarzan 100-pagers in the main Tarzan run. There was one that was part of the DC Spectacular run. I know I have that one. Some McFarlane, Spider-Man, some other Amazing Spider-Man. Can't let that go by. The Black Panther with that Ku Klux Klan story in Marvel Premiere. I think that was the 3-part story. I'm not sure. Jungle Action, Black Panther. This is Super Friends number 9, first appearance of Ice Maiden, who is kind of the precursor to the Ice character that was in Justice League America, Justice League Europe. Firestorm number 7, first appearance of Plastique, who was an early member of the Suicide Squad. I've been picking up this book, and it's a newsstand. Amazing Adventures 9. It's a pretty cool picture frame cover there with Black Bolt and the Inhumans. Thor Annual 7. Somebody's first appearance there. Hulk 200. That's not a bad book. A couple of other Hulks. And then a bunch of Thors. There are some minor keys here. You know, in the 25-cent to 40-cent range. Nothing really astounding. The best book, which probably saw its heyday a year and a half ago, is Thor 245, First He Who Remains. We saw that kind of who Jonathan Majors played in the Loki TV series. Batman Death in the Family. These are all kind of more in the mid-grade range. You know, a lot of these were unbagged and unboarded. Let me focus on that. But still, that was a good book to have. Secret Wars 3. First appearance of Titania. Spectacular Spider-Man with Morbius. I've been picking these up. These actually were in pretty decent shape. All number 1s of Atlas Comics. I have been picking up I have like a good selection of higher grade Atlas Comics. I think I'm going to put a whole bunch of them together, probably do an Atlas Whatnot sale. Try to find people who collect that. Defenders 8. Nice 20-cent Defenders. $3. This is, I think, the first part of the Avengers crossover. Devil Dinosaur 2. Second appearance of Devil Dinosaur. Jack Kirby. G.I. Joe newsstand of the anniversary issue, the picture frame. Then there were some supervillain team-ups. We got, 5, 6, 7 supervillain team-ups, including the one with this. This is this John Byrne cover with Doom, but still, you know, these are good Bronze Age books. At one point, I don't know if I still do. I bought all these at shows when I was a kid, but it's all Doom and Submariner. Supervillain Team Up number 2. This might be a PC upgrade. I'm not sure. I do have the run of that. I picked up this just because, you know, this was part of my childhood. The Grape Ape number 1 from Charlton. If you're my age, you know. If you're not, you're not going to know. 2 copies. One in better shape than the other. First appearance of Nightshade. Queen of the Werewolves. That was pretty cool. Some other Cap Bronze Age books. This is the first, I think that's the first Moonstone. There are some minor keys in this. First Carla Sofin, who becomes Moonstone. 200th anniversary issue. And this is actually, I think, an undervalued book. 209 is the first full appearance of Armin Zola. Uncanny X-Men 200. Magneto in that sleeveless costume. I don't know what to make of that costume. That evidently is what he's going to be wearing in the X-Men animated series. I guess, you know, sun's out, guns out. I don't know. Whatever. ASM. Is this first big wheel? For somebody. I think it's first big wheel. 183. First Julia Carpenter's Spider-Woman, newsstand, Secret Wars 7. Classic Perez cover Infinity Gauntlet 4. This is something I have to admit. This is actually in nicer shape. I always get these two titles confused. Amazing Adventures and Astonishing Tales. It's Astonishing Tales number 6. That's the first appearance of Bobby Morse, who becomes Mockingbird. But still, this was a nice high grade. 15 center. $3. This is, I think 141 is credited as the first team appearance of the Manhunters, but there's obviously a Manhunter in this one. I think that could be part of the storyline for, you know, the Lantern series could include at some point Manhunters. Avengers 155 and 160. Look at 160 with Grim Reaper, Vision, and Wonder Man. There is word that Grim Reaper is going to be in the Wonder Man TV series. He is his brother, and Wonder Man's brain patterns in the comics are what Vision's personality is patterned on. I think this is the Crazy Quilt's origin. Some cool Batman. 330. This is the first appearance of the Electrocutioner. This is the first cover appearance of Jason Todd, and pre-Crisis he was a redhead, and then post-Crisis he was not. I think that's his reintroduction after Crisis, a newsstand. And then just a McFarlane ASM cover, and this is when Cletus Cassidy gets the alien symbiote, which was like a huge book before the Carnage movie came out. So that was the $3 table. Then there was somebody who had they had some $3 books and some dollar books, and I availed myself of some $3 books. And I'm going to hold off on this last one until the end. I probably could have gone for a few more. Some of these are 3. Only a few were 1. I can't off the top. I think this was $1. First Herbie the Robot, FF209. First Captain Carrot. That was $1. Actually, yeah, these. Let's go. I'll go over the dollar books and then the $3 books. I think these were all $1 because they had them marked with the. I figured this one with this Sand Superman, who was a little bit of a in Superman 238. Then I picked up these 2 nice copies of this Legion of Superheroes reprint book. I think I have the whole run. Then for $1, Ghost Rider 15. Why not? Rom. What is that number? 26 Galactus cover. Picked up New Teen Titans number 3. Is that the first Fearsome 5? I think that's what that is. Batman the Cult number 1. Then these Captain America books. I don't remember the significance of all of them. This one I'm looking at is lower grade, but this is the Death of Baron Blood, I think. This is lower grade. And so is this one. And I'm going to hold off on this last book. This $1 book I got as a book I've been looking for. We're going to talk about that later. Then the $3 pile. Jimmy Olsen, Neil Adams cover with Aquaman. Some 4 Sea Devils issues. For $3, why not? I do have a high-grade copy of number 1, and I just got a copy of their first appearance in Showcase, so... maybe I'll start collecting it. If I can get them for $3 a piece, why not? This, for $3, Secret 6, number 3. Another one of these DC team-up books that were non-superhero in the 60s. Sea Devil, Secret 6, Suicide Squad, Cave Carson, Rip Hunter, a lot of those books. And then this book, I come across this book in a collection recently. This is a lower grade book, but... I've had some fun with this book because it is so bizarre. It's Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 56. And I'm going to refer to this. This should be in a key collector for the incest cover. Okay, so here's the storyline. And actually, I had this... I was selling a whole bunch of these books that I got in a collection. This was one of them in a Whatnot. And it turned out this was missing the centerfold. So I didn't sell it. I gave it to a guy who picked up some other Jimmy Olsen's. So there are 3 stories in here. The middle story is affected by the loss of the centerfold. But the first story, which is a cover story, is not. The third story is also a goofy one. Real quick, I probably should do a whole video on this issue because it's so bizarre. Anyway, so this takes place in the future where Jimmy Olsen is married to Lucy Lane. And they have a son, Jimmy Jr., the son of Jimmy Olsen, right? It's an imaginary story. But then again, aren't they all, to quote Alan Moore. And, of course, Superman has gotten married to Lois. I guess she's using, some hair dye, and he's not. Now, so Jimmy and Lucy have a son, Jimmy Jr., and Clark and Lois have a daughter, Lola. I think is her name. Yeah, Lola. And they fall in love, Lola and Jimmy. In the story, they're like, oh, she's the daughter of my, Jimmy's like, oh, she's the daughter of my best friend Clark. Da 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 da. She is your first cousin. Lois and Lucy are sisters, so their children are first cousins. Kissing cousins in this case. This is just a bizarre book. I have to have that in the PC. Yeah, that was those are the $3 pickups from that table. Then Zap Comics, I went and they had a bunch of $2 books that I binged on. I just kind of went a little crazy. I got a whole stack of Mike Allred's Silver Surfers. I think these are volumes 7 and 8. It's not every issue, but it's a start. Maybe I'll start collecting that series. And then amongst the $2 books that I got from Zap, and I also got some price books. That's really where I got most of the price books. I also got another copy of the first Nightshade. And I think this was a $1 book as well. Another X-Men book. So, these were $2 books from Zap, I believe. If I remember correctly. Pretty sure these were in the $2 bins. Was it Zap? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, Super Friends, number... I'm trying to remember keep the numbers straight. This is number 13, and that's the first appearance of Dr. Mist, who later on, let me just make sure of this, because there is Super Friends. Yeah. First full appearance of Dr. Mist. Dr. Mist is later becomes a member of Justice League Dark. So I've been speculating on Justice League Dark characters, and Dr. Mist is one of them. This is what drives me bananas. Okay. Here we have an issue of Super Friends. It is a Whitman variant. I'll show it to you. Can anybody tell me what issue number that is? The issue number is not on the cover because it's replaced by that stupid Whitman logo. This is issue 25. This is why I hate Whitmans. The Marvel Whitmans are not bad because A, they don't have that stupid logo, and B, they don't get rid of the issue number like they did with all the DC books. I avoid Whitman, but anyway, this is the first appearance of Beatriz da Costa, who is, I think she's referred to in this book as the Green Flame, or Green Fury. She later becomes Fury or Flame, and she, along with Ice, or Fire, right? Green Fire, Green Flame. She was part of Justice League America post-Legends, with the Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Guy Gardner lineup. So, it's her first appearance. Can't pass that up. I wasn't sure if I had these two or not. I think I do, but then I can just check to see if they're upgrades. Here's $2 books. Weird Worlds, numbers 1 and 2. Those are 1972 books, so they'll go in my 72 collection. Then Tales of the Teen Titans, number 43. Not 44, obviously. But Tales of the Teen Titans, number 43 is... This is the first appearance of Jericho. Again, not a bad book. And for $2, hey, I'll take it. And here we have... I'm just going to go through. Superman 301 with Solomon Grundy. So for $2, that was worth it. I picked this one up because I have a number of copies of this. This is Metamorpho number 10, the first appearance of Element Girl, who does have a narrative in the Sandman comic book because she can't die. Her powers preclude her from dying. I think somebody colored in her face on this. So, whatever. I have like 4 copies of this I bought. If they pursue that storyline in season 2, that may be a book of some importance. A Metal Men, 12 center for $2. This might have been part of the $3. House of Mystery 243 with this bicentennial. I didn't think I had this one. I'm trying to collect all those bicentennials. This is nice horror book, Forbidden Tales of Dark Mansion. Fantastic Four 175 with this Galactus High Evolutionary cover. This is interesting. Dragonlance #1. This is inspired by Dungeons and Dragons back in the day. The movie just came out. This one, I figured Adele, Tales of the Green Beret. Somebody will want that. Defenders 27. Defenders 27, first cameo appearance of Starhawk. And then I came across this in the bins. And again, you dig in $2 bins. I can't help myself. I figured I'd finish this run. DC Superstars. I have a lot of these. Number 15, 8, 4. These were mostly reprint books. And 2. The biggest one is 11, which is the Zatanna cover, DC Superstars of Magic. And then shout out to Bronze and Modern Gods. They had been spotlighting this particular run of Blackhawk when it got rebooted in the late 80s. So if I find these in back issue bins for like, $1 or $2, I'll pick them up. Dan Spiegel art. Dave Cockrum did the cover here on that one. And let's see. Those are priced books, and those are books I already talked about. I picked these up. These were half price. Elvira's House of Mystery #1. I gotta check. I don't think that's 9/8 candidate, but I'll take a closer look at that. And Joker #6. I thought for the price that was really worth it with Sherlock Holmes. And then I picked this up. This is a book that I have in lower grade. This is a bit of an upgrade. It's lower side of mid-grade. It's Action Comics 267. Hercules in the 20th Century. That's not what's important about this. This is the third appearance of the Legion of Superheroes as part of the Supergirl backup story. And it's the first appearances of Chameleon Boy, Invisible Kid, and Colossal Boy. So I'm trying to get a lot of these Legion first appearances because there's so many characters there, and their first appearances are deep in the Silver Age, like late 50s, early 60s for the most part. They're not easy. They're books that are, for the era, plentiful because they were Superman titles. And they were heavily, the Superman Adventure Action, Superman, Superboy, were all heavily printed, but still trying to gather those together. And then Zap Comics had some books that I picked up that I thought were really sharp. This one probably falls a little bit short of a 9/8 candidate. Stars and Stripe #0, the first appearance of Courtney Whitmore as Stargirl. This is a really minty copy of Daredevil 183. This is a hot book recently. Somebody picked up 2 of these from my back issue bin at King Con. Punisher, Daredevil. He's going to be on the show. This does have a little bit of stuff. It's a newsstand, but it's not high grade. But for the price, it's the first appearance of Katana. I think a character that, I'm kind of doing a little spec on. And then this is maybe a 9/8 candidate. I have to see how it reacts to a press. The Year 2, Part 1. It's a Alan Davis cover. A couple of later issues in this little story arc are McFarlane. This is, I thought, a high-grade copy. This might be a PC upgrade, actually. Teen Titans 46, first appearance of... second appearance of Dula Dent. Joker's daughter. Totally Awesome Hulk #1. That was cool. And then that wasn't from Zap. That was from the same vendor that I got the Legion book from. This is high grade. This is a candidate. I took a look at this. Marvel and DC present X-Men Teen Titans. This is a book that also, with the Simonson cover, looks really great in a slab because it's a wraparound cover with Darkseid on the back. I remember that being a big deal as a kid. Wonder Woman #1, George Perez. Another wraparound cover. So I'm going to look to see if those can get the 90. This was really high grade. There's a little bit of something on the back that I don't think will completely press out. But, even like in a 9.4, maybe a 9.2, this Neil Adams cover of Superman 317 is worth getting graded. Now, I talked about the dollar bin, and there was one book in there that I've been searching for, which is really hard to find. And I was surprised to find it at a local show. So in 1987, DC did some sort of test, a marketing ploy, and we're not sure why, but they took 2 titles. One of them was Justice League number 3. I guess it was Justice League America. No, it was just Justice League, right? Just Justice League number 3. And this book. And they changed the logo. These are newsstand copies, and the prevailing thought is that they were intended to appeal to a younger audience, more to kids. I, as a completist, I've been kind of searching for this book, and the artwork is more harkens back to, let's say, Bronze or Silver Age books, specifically, I guess, Bronze Age books. And it's Fury of Firestorm number 61. You can see it's the newsstand, but it's this Superman Comics logo. It doesn't look anything like the regular Firestorm 61, which has a completely different cover. So the same is true with the Justice League book. Mostly, it appears as though, from what I've read, that this was distributed maybe in the Southwest or in California, definitely not in the New York area. So I was astounded to find this in a dollar bin at a local show where it popped up from. Because I don't think it was distributed in the New York area. I could be wrong. But who knows? So this I got for $1. And this was... There was one vendor that had dollar bins. The Street Side Anthony's like, you got to go. He had already gotten a long box before I even got over there. And he got like a Super Friends 7 and a bunch of really good stuff. Because when I was talking to the vendors, they were like, they had gotten a huge collection in. They picked out what they noticed to be valuable. And they were already well above, making profit on it. So they just brought this out for $1 a book. And people were devouring what they had because they had good stuff. Now, I'm not sure... I mean, this looks reasonably sharp. Maybe a slight discoloration in the cover. I don't think it's a 9/8 candidate. I'll have to take a real close look. Again, it's a book that you don't see too often. I was actually searching for a copy on eBay, and the eBay, it was like $70. So I'm probably just going to keep this in the PC with the rest of my Firestorm collection. I have the whole run, so why not add this to it? Now I have to find that Justice League. So, let me know what you think about the haul. Let me know what you think about the con season starting. I know last weekend some of the regulars were not at Clifton because people are at C2E2 or MegaCon. So there are big shows starting up as the spring rolls around. I'm looking forward to getting outdoors to flea markets and yard sales and do some more hunting. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you stopping by. Meantime, you can take a look at a couple of other videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.